put on yourself going into a grand finals?
Well, we're going to find out. 5 seconds left as we head in. So once again, a huge welcome and thank you for tuning in. It is Liquid starting on the CT side. It will be SK on the terrorist side. We do have that smoke and a couple of flashbangs set up, and it looks like Fallen is already going for it. They're going to put four people down Ivy. This is interesting.
What they can do here is smoke off one side. That would isolate Nitro. He's the only one there, so he's got to find a good avenue to fall back on. JDM can be there to support, but he's got to be very mindful of mid.
And so long as JDM is there to actually watch A main, Nitro should be fine. He decides to fall back, and he's going to go to the back line. Instead, it's Taco taking point. Wipes out JDM and Simple both. And now he sees the bot. He sees the boosted man as well, and Taco's on the hunt. He's not going to let him get away, and Liege is stuck.
How do you get out of this? Taco trying to knife in a pistol round. The first pistol round, that's madness. He's going to get the headshot instead. And now it's Nitro and Hiko trying to see if they can retake. And Cold is waiting for Nitro. Great position there, point blank range with the Glock. He's going to win it, and it's no issue at all for SK. They only lost Fur, and Taco picks up a quad kill.
Kind of entry power. I mean, you look at those kills, it's not even necessarily the fault of the setup that Team Liquid ran. Those are instant kills from Taco. Those are, you can't even respond to that. This is opening 2 and then on to Simple. And then even from there, I mean, he doesn't commit to a fight against Liege despite the attempt at a knife. He just keeps him occupied, doesn't let him peek, doesn't let him get back into the round.
Well, you got to think that this was part of the plan. I mean, maybe not part of the plan, but Liquid will have sort of mentally planned for that this might happen. They know the statistics as well. They're going to try and go aggressive, and a good shot comes in from Hiko, and actually Cole taking a long time, and that allows JDM to... So into the upcoming round, obviously Liquid won't have too much to show for it. Simple does pick up a deagle because that's just what he does. But it will be the 4th round that's going to be the real test. So right now we just have to see if Liquid can get a bit more damage in. Already engaging out in the courtyard. It's going to be Elise. He goes down, and Simple with a good follow-up. Nitro catching a little bit too much fire there. And he's going to be out of the round. So Simple very low on health as well. Don't see him doing much else.
No, he's going to start backing off. Maybe looking to save that deagle if he can. Just because at this point, this is just that lack of respect coming in from SK Gaming. That's exactly what they want to do. They know that it's going to be a hard eco for Liquid. Why show any respect? Get out onto that A side. Just pummel them even more after that brutal pistol round. SK Gaming, they want to do everything they can at this point to destabilize Liquid's mindset going into this next key round for Liquid.
And it is a very key round. JDM's going to have the AWP. He hasn't purchased anything, so he'll have plenty of money, but one of the strengths that Team Liquid has had in this run has been that double-op setup. JDM and Simple have looked in this tournament to be one of the most formidable 2-op setup that we have in the game right now, and that's going against Fallen and Cold, who are probably the other 2 you'd put up there at the top. Simple's not going to have money with this deagle buy, with the buy in the 2nd round, so they're going to have a very good start to these gun rounds if they want a chance to build up the economy necessary to bring that into play.
All right, is hoping that op is going to miss. If there's 2 of them, of the likes of Simple and JDM, we'll see how SK decide to deal with it.
This is where you're really worried about that deagle buy for Simple, because he goes for full armor and the M4. He doesn't have any nades. That $800 on the deagle, that's money he could use on the nades, the smokes and flashbangs.
Hiko right now is playing alone in the B bomb side, which is a common type setup. Simple's going to rotate back in here, but he can't really do much to help out Hiko, and they actually, neither of them have any grenades. So this is why this round is such a big test for Liquid. They need to win it to stop SK early on, but they certainly also need the money going forward to buy some smokes and molotovs.
No, that's the main issue here. This is always the issue that you run into on the CT side. If you're going for the plays in the 2nd round, you go for the force buy, you're getting Kevlar. It just means you're not going to have the utility in that 4th round buy. This is all going to come down to how cold-blooded Liquid are. Can they keep their cool and hit the headshot? FNX, he's already given us one. Hiko is down. FNX trying to open up this B site. Taco will get picked by Simple, however, so we're into a 4-on-4. But the bomb, it's been planted, and now the countdown begins. Liquid, they need to get in here and get those clippers on that bomb.
And now this lack of grenades is really going to come back to haunt them. Fallen has a Molotov in the back line. They have a smoke saved yet. Elise going to pick up the kill there on FNX, but look at Fallen ready, and when he goes down, JDM, he hits that shot, and now it is going to be down to a 2-on-3. Fur and Cold on the site. Elise is now out of it, and look at Fur flanking right now. Liquid are sandwiched in, and they don't even realize it, but Nitro going to pick up a kill. Do they have a kit? Rotten right now picked up.
To be able to make this retake, to keep an eye on your flank, and JDM with some timely shots there.
This comes from studying their opponents in the past. Fnatic famous for it, waiting 15 seconds before they even think about getting onto a bomb site. These are the sorts of things you try and force errors. SK Gaming, they played it well in that after plant situation, trying to push forward to connector, but Liquid have shown now that they can hold their own. 4 players on the A site to start this round, and Hiko holding alone on B, although Elise is now rotating back. And SK Gaming, they're kind of set up to catch everything here. Fallen is looking down towards Alley. He's got that scope position, and the rest of his teammates gathered up and ready to go towards Pop Dog.
But it also gives Liquid this double ult play that we were talking about earlier. So actually, interestingly, they're both out in the A bomb side. What do you think about that, Moses?
This actually isn't too bad for Liquid at the moment. I mean, you see where they're set up. They're expecting some kind of a push from Ivy. They have Simple over there with the op. And the scary part about that is that situation, he can get boxed in there, and then he's got to fight his way out. There's not a whole lot of different angles he could be mobile around. And he actually just moves out of the position, moves over towards the bomb train. JDM is out there, though, as well. He's also close up, so this is a very aggressive stance of the Ops.
Yeah, with the AWP up close, you miss the shot, you're dead, but he's going to try and fall back. JDM is now in that smoke wall. He's trying to force it, but the flash is ill-timed. He's blind. He has to fall back to stay alive. And it looks like SK Gaming will get half of the bomb site. Now they have to figure out how to crack on through, actually get a kill to make their lives easier.
They're running out of time here. This is a problem. 35 seconds. JDM goes down to Fur. It's a good start here for SK, but they need to follow it up with an actual bomb plant. And the bomb just dropped there. FNX carrying it. It is a 3-on-4 right now, but they still need a bomb plant in the next 20 seconds. And they're being held back right now. A little bit hesitant here on the Brazilian side.
Feeling at a certain point when you're alive and you look up at the clock. That takes a lot of faith in your teammates and what's being communicated to you and when you guys decide to pounce.
This is a worst case scenario now for Liquid as well. Back to pistols they go. They definitely did not have the economy to fall back on for a buy round, and so SK Gaming, they know this. They've got the 2 MAC-10s. They'll probably just try and feed them in there, get those SMG kills, get that bonus money in their pockets, and Fur to lead the way, also getting that information. He wants to find out how Liquid are set up, and now he knows somebody's in Pop Dog and someone close to main. Nitro is going to find the pick on him.
Good return for Fallen. And it is a minimal loss. They did only drop a MAC-10 out there, so they'll be all right with it at least. They did, already spot a couple of people, so he got something out of it.
But now look at SK just readjusting. Cold's going to lead the way. And he's actually far ahead. He's being very, very aggressive, all alone with the bomb as well. Liquid's got a good read. They have 3 players here, but can they actually withstand this onslaught? He's going to have a lot of freedom to just peek from this upper ramp.
Simple up close with Elise to support. Elise is going to be the one to try and draw attention to himself. Simple, just waiting to pounce. And Hiko on the bomb train controlling that space. JDM is miles away, so he's not going to be in position to be able to help his teammates quickly enough here. 45 seconds left on the clock, and SK Gaming begin the push. Taco leading the way with that MAC-10. We'll see if he can actually find Simple. He is checking coils. He's going to be looking towards the train, and Elise rips his head off. It's on FNX now to try and trade it, but Elise with a second kill.
Oh no, it's unraveling for SK. This round was a sure thing, but they slowed down. I think they even failed the Molotov. Good kill from Coldzera, but still only 28 seconds here. They need to move in and get this bomb plant home. And Hiko, I don't think anyone has even seen him. They don't know where he is right now. A lot of damage being put into Coldzera as well. 19 seconds, and now finally SK are going to man up and try and see if they can get out here. Hiko picking up a kill, and it's all down to Coldzera. 10 seconds, jumping back onto the side. He has to stick the plant. He can't even fake it, and actually he's going to be successful in that. Now the Deagle goes for the fight, takes out Hiko, and now it's a one-on-one. All versus all, but JDM goes down. Coldzera, that's the quad kill, and SK
side when they're up in that 4-on-2 situation, you see Simple get aggressive up the ladder, get picked off. I mean, you can't give away these kills to SK. Those windows of opportunity, and they're going to punish them every single time.
Exactly. That is exactly what SK Gaming are capable of. They will keep their cool in the high-pressure situations. They know what it is to play in a grand final and to win a major. What's at stake here for SK is the back-to-back major, setting them up for the Triple Crown, perhaps. And we'll see if it's possible. 5-1, SK Gaming in the lead, and again, an anti-eco scenario here. Fur and Taco racking up the kills. Taco with 2. Only $1,200 in his pocket. He's going to be feeling good about that. FNX going for a long spray fight with JDM, and Coldzera will find Hiko. It's as good as it gets until Fur decides to kill his teammate with a nade. It was perfect there. It was looking so good.
It was happening, wasn't it? And I was about to say the silver lining here for Liquid was they had actually managed to keep the SK economy low, but with a round like that, suddenly they're looking much better. Coldzera was a little bit quiet in the beginning. Now he's 10-0-3 right now, so that's a very good scoreline heading into the beginning of the 8th round here.
And a very important round. SK's already gotten so many rounds on their terror side. This is now a very dangerous situation for Liquid, where this could just steamroll completely away from them. I mean, it's already kind of stretched to the limit. They need to start putting rounds on the board before they can allow SK to regain control of this match.
They need to start chaining rounds is what needs to happen here. Liquid need that bank. Once again, they go for rifles, don't have many nades to back them up. And SK Gaming fully aware of this, just pushing aggressively. In fact, Taco takes the bomb over into Brown Halls. He leads with it. So if he got caught in a trap, that could have got a little tricky for SK. But SK, they have the 3 players there. And this does make you think like they want to start heading towards that B site. But again, it's all about map control. Fallen is making sure that Team Liquid aren't getting too aggressive over by A main or by alley, and as the rest of his team kind of clear out the map. And so now SK Gaming, they have all the options available to them. They can go anywhere.
It's a very aggressive setup from Elige and Nitro as well. And it's a little bit tough because they're out of smokes to block these choke points, so they've got to be very careful how they handle it. But this is that duo for Liquid that's so good early on in rounds. They're the ones on the T side, you'll see them going in first, trying to get those opening kills. Here on the CT side, they're mounting this very aggressive defense. When this execute comes in, unlike the last gun round, they're going to be in front of the smoke, so they'll be able to challenge if they hold their ground.
Well, you can see right now the Brazilian side are setting up the standard smokes that everyone by now who's watched stream before will already recognize. And they have the bomb over there as well, indicating it's not going to be a fake. They will try and get out here a little bit delayed. And again, if you look at the round timer here, down to 30 seconds. This is going to be one more for the limit play. Nitro up on the train and going to be back down again, looking for the early fight. It's going to be a quick trade as the leash goes down. Nitro spraying and connecting. It will be JDM to get a kill.
But SK, they can switch that up. They're very good at changing the tempo. And right now, this might just be a game plan for early on, and if Liquid can prove they can consistently stop it, all of a sudden SK can transition into something a little bit more aggressive. It doesn't even have to be an all-out aggressive execute. It can be two players getting highly aggressive towards inside the inner bomb site, trying to get an early pick, and you might be able to catch Liquid out sleeping a little bit.
And I like to see the thorough play coming in here from SK, once again abusing the grenades that they have. Molotov to make sure there can be no aggressive hold on lower, and lower, it's actually Hiko going for the spray. Will finally track down Taco, looking for more, and he gets it. Headshot on FNX. Man advantage now for Liquid going into this B push, and SK Gaming, they're getting picked off one at a time with the ball.
This time they don't let the clock run down. This time they throw those same smokes that they've been throwing before. What they're doing is just setting up that pattern. They want Team Liquid to get used to that smoke being there so that they can be fast through it if need be. That tries to lull Liquid into a false sense of security with it. Hiko's not prepared though. We mentioned Hiko, very experienced player, the most experienced player on this team, and JDM, that smoke and the knife out as well.
What? How did Taco get the kill? JDM was jumping in the smoke. I refuse to believe he could see him then. That seems like absolute craziness. It's going to be a 4-on-4 anyway. They are out in the yard.
And set up, Elige seems to have a bit of an idea that this position could be compromised. Yep, the HE banked right back onto Electric, does a little bit of damage, forces FNX to react, and he'll be there to collect the kill. In the meantime, the bomb is making its way through Alley, and so things could get a little tricky here for Nitro. He has to worry about two angles, and has nobody really watching A main for him, unless that's simple with the AWP scoped up. And so now Nitro can actually just focus on Alley, and he's going to get that crossfire going with Elige, who just got picked by Coldzera. A 3-on-3 now, and SK Gaming, they still have so much time to work with.
Taco's one kill might be very influential because it did give up that big sniper rifle. And if they had any sort of like team confidence, a lot of it disappears in a round like that.
Dude, Taco's just taking off right now for SK Gaming. This is wild. Just a few months ago, you would think, well, he's not exactly the heaviest hitter. Coldzera, Fur, you've got crazy players. Nobody really talking about Taco. But in these big matches, he was instrumental in SK Gaming picking up their win at Columbus, and he just continues to show how valuable he is here. 13 kills on the board, and all of them seem like impact kills.
Well, close there. Nitro hoping for the right timing, but FNX had his gun out and was ready for it. Elige did pick up a kill here, and again, Liquid, right now, they just need to win as many rounds as humanly possible here. 7 rounds is already well within the comfort zone for SK for a first half.
I mean, this is Liquid's doing good damage on their ecos, these deagle buys. Elige has had some very nice kills. They're salvaging some weapons. It's just, you know, you're doing the work. You're just not closing out the rounds you have to afterwards.
Ooh, Fallen saw the gun barrel. Saw someone over there. FNX will find JDM in the end, however, and so we are into that 3-on-3. It always seems to be so close between both of these teams. There's 50 seconds left on the clock and plenty of time to work with until... Definitely a little bit of a half buy coming in. They want to think about the next rifle, and they're going to drop off straight down to 1,000. Wow, okay, SK Gaming, man, they're really going to be a bit of a threat here. Team Liquid, they need to be careful not to get caught off guard. If SK decide to go ultra aggressive, they could try and go for a turn of a change of pace here.
I think it says something about the mentality of the Brazilian team. I think they're actually eyeing a chance to just do a lot of mental damage to Liquid if they can bounce right back here. They know that that is what's on the line, so see if they are going to be successful. And JDM and Hiko now covering the B bomber side. There seems to be a lot of switching going on about who's helping out Hiko over there.
Usually it's been JDM. It seems like they want the op to do it because Simple's rotated back when he has the op, but it has been a little bit changed up. Maybe feeling a little bit more comfortable with it. A different setup because JDM's got the angle on lower ramp while Simple doesn't have an AWP.
And while the push begins, they do manage to infiltrate towards Ali, FNX, and Taco. Taco even going so far as to peek the back line. He doesn't see anybody back there, though, and it's FNX to get the drop on Nitro. Point blank with the CZ. Simple. He realizes that he knows that somebody can make his way towards B. Hiko's already in position to deal with that, though, and that bomb, it's still waiting over in A main. So SK Gaming right now are just giving Taco time to work, but Hiko finds him in the end. 4-on-4.
But look how low that drops Hiko. He's down to 9 health, so this is still fairly scary if you're on the Liquid team. The bomb is making its way back down, so it looks like it's going to be a hit. Nice shot from Simple. Cold going to be taking down Elige, and that was in Pop Dog. Now Simple has a lot of work to do. He's got the AK in hand, and he's up on the train. They're going to be pushing in now. Only 30 seconds left, and he needs back up quick. Simple picking up one more kill sprays, and that's a third one coming through. Now all on Coldzera. 1 versus 3. It seems like Simple has done it again. That's a quad kill to shut down SK.
They can't hold it. That's going to be a lot of options open for the offense.
It's definitely one of the more difficult positions to hold on any map right now that's in the pool. So whoever, draws the short straw, it's either you hold close to A main and run the risk of getting overrun, or you get alley, a bit of a tough draw, really. They are going to be putting some pressure on here, SK Gaming, and that bomb, it's making its way towards alley with Taco, so it makes you think that SK eventually want to wind up on A. But Fur and Cold being thorough, checking out the brown halls, making sure that B site, there isn't any aggression coming in from Liquid there. It's Hiko kind of dancing around, and Fallen in the meantime is going to get hunted down by Nitro. Fallen just out in the open.
But you were talking about respect, and that's a way to not show it, just to really go and fight him. He's a dangerous player, close range as well with the sniper. JDM picking up a good kill there. And it looks like Liquid have finally stabilized a little bit here. JDM hitting some good shots with the sniper.
Yeah, that's sick, and that's a good change-up. Not letting them make that progress. You're seeing how mobile they're making it up, and they only have one of them. And nicely done from Nitro. Still aggressive, and he's going to clean out.
Looks like Liquid, they don't have to use any resources, sort of cheering up one guy who's not doing well. Everyone is fighting right now. 4 of them are at 9 kills, JDM at 10. So there's no one who's sort of bringing down the team, feeling like they're out of it, or anything like that. This is a full team effort for the American side.
Whoa, and the change now, Cold, straight out, Olafmeister style. He's looking for that A main peak. He might be able to catch out JDM. Simple's taking down Taco in the meantime. That was in brown halls. Coldzera is going to bring it back to a 4-on-4. Catches JDM looking the wrong way, and now it's Fallen. They just trade places. And now out through A main, he can find that peak. It depends on whether Elise is going to give him something to work with here. Simple rotating over to bolster the defense, and the bomb's still waiting on Pop Dog. It could still go either way here.
You can see how SK switches up that aggression, gets the ops out mid early, lets him get in position and just hold angles. It's a really uncomfortable angle for JDM to feel like he has to clear. And now the ops out of the hands of Team Liquid. They have none of them. No one has salvaged that, and all of SK heading towards the inner bomb site.
And once again, Hiko is going to have so much work to do. The one thing is he has a Molotov. If he puts it down right, it will stagger the actual offense, and maybe he could take them on one at a time. Elige coming into the right time, missing a shot there. Coldzera goes for a second one. Elige, he only managed to trade Hiko the head K on the terrorist side as we move into the 15th round. So Liquid, they have a very long road ahead of them.
Yeah, they definitely need this last round, and now they have that double op. They hadn't switched into it for some time, but so good of them. They won 5 of 6 at one point. So they're able to build up enough money, but now they've got to be very careful again. SK just slowing it back down.
Now the Kings are changing the pace, just letting Team Liquid dwell on the clutch that they just lost. Nitro's going to get flashed in by JDM, and he may be able to pick up one, but no, FNX is there to shut him down. Fallen and FNX survive at alley, and it's brought back to a 4-on-4 until JDM decides to step in, picks off Fallen, and now things get interesting. Now Team Liquid actually have the man advantage to work with here. They just need to lock things down. They don't need to take any risks from this position.
And you see such a small detail down by Ivy, how FNX has got his back turned to the smoke and Fallen is the one looking. So at any one time, you'll only be able to flash one of those two players. So whoever isn't flashed turns around and picks up the kill. That's just very smart play. And JDM to take down FNX is looking better and better. Fur and Coldzera left here, 2-on-4. Don't know how you win this.
Massive headshots is how.
Definitely super impressed by what they're showing us so far, but Moses, do they win the pistol round here in the second half? That's something that they've not been good at. Is that a...
Can win the gun rounds, right? They can get the job done with the rifles.
I think one of the incredible things, we just saw the stats up at halftime. Elige has over 100 ADR, so we talked about, I mentioned the growth of him yesterday in that semifinals matchup, still carries it over into the finals.
He's so focused right now, Elige, but it is the pistol, and Team Liquid, they are just geared up and ready to go. They do have the Tech 9 on Hiko along with the smoke, and Nitro's the one rocking the utility. The rest of them with the Kevlar, and we'll see. It's looking like they want to head towards that B site. Taco, the one going for the shoulder peaks, and he might be in for a bit of a surprise if he oversteps. There's 3 players ready. He's been spotted. They know he's there.
That grenade doesn't really do too much. It slightly triggers me that Hiko has Tech 9 and not armor. It seems like he could have dropped it for someone else, but now they are going to go onto the site. They got the smoke down by the sidewalk, and SK trying to get in here to defend. Taco picking up a headshot, but he goes down to Elige, and Elige picking up a second kill as well. Liquid off to a really good start right now. He's looking for a third. He's going to get a hit, a headshot again. Oh my god, SK, they're crumbling in this round, and Liquid, 2 more kills and they have it. Coldzera going to make a one shot there on Simple, but there's still more to come. FNX is He's got the health. He's sneaking around the backside, and there's 2 headshots in a row. FNX about to bring it back now, all on Hiko. He's got the Tech 9 and 2 kills to get. He's trying to find the first one, but now they know where he is, and the smoke is up. They're inside it, trying to see if they can get the defuse, and Hiko. Oh no, FNX! 3rd kill coming in, and that's going to be the round.
Oh, it looks so good. That the positioning pushed forward between the trains. They were lined up.
So good to start. It's just that this is the quality of FNX as well. All of these teams, they have these players that can just show up at any point in time and it completely shatter your dreams. FNX used to be the man of clutch for SK Gaming, the one to always come through when their backs to the wall. And in this round right there, you saw that quality again. 2 instant headshots completely changes the complexion. And so now SK Gaming, they're the ones with the guns, and they're going aggressive. Straight into the push and the firing squad. JDM waiting around the corner. He's going to get that headshot, and now Team Liquid, they're primed to pounce.
Yeah, but because they got the bomb plant down as well, that means they don't have armor. It's almost a bit of a shame, because when you get gifted a start like that, you want to follow up on it. Nitro goes down, Taco a little bit isolated, but they can't really punish him for it, and he's just going to get a couple of kills. In fact, 3 kills in here as JDM ends up alone, sprays for a long time, but not really going to be able to connect, and SK will win the round, only losing 1 person.
It's all right, though. The plant is huge because there really wasn't that much investment in that round from Team Liquid. That one push by Fur gives them the opening they need. It forces the defense, the remaining members, to play a little bit passive in that B bomb site.
$100 in their pockets each time. So you can get an HE, a flash, a smoke. That's 800 right there. You can see the difference that it makes. And so this is perfect now. SK Gaming falling with the scout. Coldzera, man, just holding onto the UMP. But this is it. And no time wasted at all. Already the pushing coming in from Simple. He's looking to find somebody out of position here on the A site.
Look at the aggression right now, but he actually gets the time to get the kill. FNX is a bit slow, a little bit aggressive there. Nitro, that's the bomb as well. So now everyone can just start rotating in. Liquid, I think, maybe pumping themselves up to have a very fast and explosive round, but it gets straight shut down from SK. Hiko hitting a good headshot, though, gives them a minimal chance. They can maybe still do it, and JDM missing a shot. The bomb plant not happening yet. In fact, JDM's going to take it back.
There we go. Time to pump the brakes. Time to take a little bit of a break now and actually slow things down. Let Hiko give him time to work, and he's going to get another kill. Shuts down Fallen. Cold is literally going to leap on him. But in the meantime, JDM has put himself in a position where he can actually come through in the clutch. He gets that bomb, and he has enough time to rotate out, change up the position, getting a strong after plant position. So they'll have eyes on the bomb, and it's up to Fur and Cold now to rotate in and actually get that buddy system going. They're both coming in from the same spot. So this is a very tough situation for an AWP. He has that one shot, but he has to be careful about getting traded.
This is one of those rounds that could change the outcome of the game. JDM, 1 versus 2. They smoke up. That's so smart, and he misses the kill. Could have happened, but Fur will pick up a double instead. And some of these critical rounds, for Liquid to make a comeback here on Train, they need to at least win 1 or 2 of them every once in a while.
Utility trying to keep that low, because look at the money on the CT side. Fur's at 200, FNX at 450. They still have this in a manageable situation.
It's up to Liquid now to actually find some kills here to make this round a bit more expensive. Like you said, right, to apply pressure to the wallet of SK Gaming, who are just actually going for a pretty solid hold here on the A side. They were expecting for Liquid to try and go for some ultra aggression again. If Simple, you want to come charging out, we're going to be there to greet you. And Fur, he's there to say hello. Simple this time, though, doesn't fully commit. It's a wise play on his part, just showing himself, and now he can back off safely.
One small mistake from SK, they just used 2 smokes over towards ladder, so that's a little bit of miscommunication.
Well, Fur's going to be quite close range, and he does trade effectively early on there. Simple and Hiko are going to be, well, just Hiko now alone, and the bomb is quite far back. So again, just more damage would be helpful if you could have got the kill on Fallen then.
All these things, that JDM 1-on-2, anything that could go their way, they need something, because they've had, even in the first half, they've had these late round situations that against Fnatic, it was going their way. They were winning those. Against Navi, they were winning them. Here against SK, they've lost almost every single one.
Yeah, it's not looking too hot here for Liquid. This is where SK Gaming can just take off. If they win this round, SK Gaming, they're going to be in a fantastic position now. And again, SK Gaming, they are expecting the early aggression. Round after round, they keep putting 4 players out on A early on, fully trusting in Taco. This is a lot of faith in Taco to just leave him alone on that B site. Because if Liquid, I mean, they hit B a lot at the beginning. If they choose to charge B again, he's your first line of defense. He's the man who needs to hold the line. But instead, SK Gaming choose to put a lot of faith in him, and he's actually falling back, playing it a bit more passively now. They're just still waiting patiently for Liquid to show their hand.
Liquid hasn't. I mean, they're still being very, very passive. They still have 5 smokes on the board for the Terror side, so they're gearing up for some kind of late round execution. The bomb still being back towards mid on Simple, transferring over towards Ivy to meet up with Hiko. Suggests it's going to be outside. This might be a play just to get JDM in position, just to see if he can go for a pick. He's got Taco blind. He spots it, but he misses the shot. He's going to go for more, though, and he catches Fur off guard.
That's a very counterintuitive play. Normally, if you miss that shot, you're going to be backing off immediately, but JDM, complete madman now. Taco walking in behind him. Does he realize Taco, he's going to have the perfect angle, and that's an easy kill there, but has it given enough space on the A side of the map? That's the big question right now. Coldzera is going to realize, wait a minute, they're all coming down. Ivy, he's looking at the exact perfect spot. Takes one, takes two, and the third one coming through as well. Elise going to be going down. Coldzera eating every single member of Liquid coming through the back lines, and Nitro to go down. What a round. That's what it is. 4 seconds here, and we are going to be headed back into the game after a tactical timeout called by Team Liquid to try and see if they can stabilize even a little bit here. They've got Tech9's P250s, a Deagle as well, and a lot of grenades. Definitely not impossible to win a round like this, but a lot comes down to that first kill.
Having the patience to wait for it as well. Liquid spread out. They're expecting more of the same disrespect coming out from SK Gaming. They're expecting some kind of aggressive alley push, some kind of push somewhere on the map from SK Gaming just to try and get that information. What do Team Liquid have in store for us this round? That's what SK Gaming need to figure out. And so this time around, SK Gaming, instead of going for the stack on A, they've actually spread out across the map. 3 players on A, FNX playing in connector, and then 2 holding solid on the B side. So they're preparing for everything right now, SK. They're saying, right, okay, Liquid, you're not going to pull a fast one on us. We're just going to count on our aim to carry us through.
Well, they put the smokes down for a normal A push, but they're not coming out of main. They're coming out Pop Dog, and then 3 men down Ivy. Elige opens up on 1. Cold is here trying to repeat the last round. He's got the first 2. He needs the third one as well, and he gets Simple. Coldzera, just a rock of this team. Fallen going to be going down, but they will only get the 2 kills in.
I mean, how do you beat that?
Yeah, he doesn't care. He's just getting fired up. Cold, he knows. He is so confident that this is SK's time to take a second major title. And well, Liquid, they're going to have to teach him otherwise, and so far that lesson is not going well. 7-14, Liquid trailing on the T side, and now the aggression comes in from SK Gaming. Fallen up into brown halls, going so far as to peek into Pop Dog. Is he going to get jumped on, though? He's hearing the footsteps. He knows that someone's close, and there's the first kill. Can he actually make it around the corner? Taco's there to cover him, and he does make it out. SK Gaming, they make it work, and they make it look easy.
And Elige, it's just not smart to try and chase that kill. Fallen's already gotten away. If you don't trade that very quickly, that play is not done without some kind of backup with him. So Elige is very wise to just take the hit, let Nitro die, he can't do anything, and not chase it down, not put his team in a bigger hole. But now look at what this allows the defense to do. They can leave Taco alone at the inner bomb site. They have 4 members outside, and Liquid's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough task to find out where to execute here.
Taco playing down on the floor of the B-bomb site, and they do have the bomb over here, so they can make it in, but again, they need a strong entry kill on someone from Liquid here. Seems like with about 45 seconds left, they are gearing up for that B push. Both Fur and Taco are holding very close, so almost all of the Molotovs or grenades that they can throw are going to land behind the current SK defense, and that's a really big thing. Liquid, they just need to hit a headshot as they run in 34 seconds now, and they need to make a move of it. The rest of SK are out in the A-bomb side. No one's even moved an inch, and now they're going to go for it. Fur up on the train, and he gets flashed for a moment. Taco picking up 1, then 2 before he finally falls. And JDM going to get a kill there. Very important one. 2 on 3, and the bomb, it is being put down, but FNX is also flanking in from behind. So this round for Liquid, they're sandwiched in. How do they get out?
It comes down to timing, basically. Do they realize what could go on? FNX with a little bit of a flash. They're not watching you, but he's going to catch him lined up. Doesn't matter. Elige hits the shot fast enough. Keeps their hopes alive for Liquid. Cold will snuff JDM, however, and Fallen from the other side. Flanks in and takes down Elige. SK Gaming on map point here on train.
SK patiently waiting on that retake, just throwing that flashbang to allow FNX to have the time to come in for the flank. He actually did something pretty creative. He makes a jumping sound on that ramp.
We're at 7 straight rounds in this second half for SK. Liquid have picked up exactly 0 on the terrorist side, and whatever else is happening, that's got to be a condition for winning train, right? That you can win some T rounds at least. That hasn't happened, and now they're going to go fast out into the courtyard here. Fallen picking up Nitro. Liquid, one last attempt here. FNX playing close to the train. He's going to be held up by Fur, and there's FNX finally coming through with a spray and takes down a kill. So now Elise, the last man left, and he drops 16-7, and SK picking up the first map here in the grand finals.
Spurred on by Taco and Cold, dominant, the two of them together. From start to finish, that pissed around from Taco.